this is Sharon from ManagingSalespeople.com and New Manager Secrets. Just continuing our series of videos. This is video 4 and today is a hot seat. Now a hot seat is actually, it's a challenge that one of our many people who've been writing on the blog or sending us emails have been sending us. So this is Laura from New Zealand, and her particular challenge is how to get my team to consistently hit target. So a few thoughts for you here then. We kind of like call this discovery. So it's about, seeking to understand really what's going on, of course what's working well, and then understanding what's stopping them from hitting target. So the kind of things that I'm going to briefly cover are things like target setting, motivation and mindset, a little bit on skills, just thinking about the kind of business accounts and the targeting of the customers that maybe your clients are seeing, and then finally the kind of relationships that maybe your team have got with their clients. So where should we start then? Well, the first thing, and I think this is really important because it's really easy when things aren't going so well to start thinking about what's not working and forget about all the good stuff is actually working and contributing towards the team getting results. So my suggestion is, your first starting point, recognise what is working, what are specific individuals doing that's delivering results. Reinforce those behaviours. There might be behaviours that you've observed, you might have seen people doing specific things, or you might have heard people use some great questions, or talk to a customer in a really great way. Identify those behaviours and recognise those behaviours, for the people who are using them. The other thing, of course, though, is to get the most out of those behaviours is share what's working with the whole team. Get them to identify their own specific clients and situations where they can replicate these particular behaviours. Of course, that does raise one little thing to think about, though, and that is, does every single person in your team have the ability, the skills and the knowledge to replicate the kind of behaviours that you're referring to and that you've been sharing? Because it's likely that somebody in the team either doesn't feel too confident, hasn't got that kind of knowledge, or just hasn't really got that level of capability with a skill that is needed. Now this is a fabulous opportunity because this means that you can create some time to spend with that particular representative to do some coaching with them so they can actually replicate a behaviour or even a task that is working and getting results. So now you know what's working really well. Let's just have a think then maybe about some of those things that are getting in the way and stopping you from getting results on a continuous basis. The first thing then I just want to mention, are your targets realistic? Now, companies set targets in different ways. You may or may not have had some input into the target setting. It is worth thinking about, is the target that you've got for the kind of business that you've got, the geography that you're working, the number of people you've got as a resource, and the time you've got to deliver that target in, how realistic are they? Because we probably sometimes we had an experience where you've done really, really well and then been given a completely outrageous target that just is demotivating for the team. So it is worth thinking about how realistic is that target. And also, bear in mind, what do you believe about that target? Once you've decided it's realistic, how strongly is your belief that actually you and your team can deliver that target month on month on a consistent basis? Because believe you me, if there's an element of doubt in your own mind about how your team can achieve that target, then that is going to come across to your team in some shape or form. And if they pick up that you're a little bit uncertain, that's not really going to inspire and help motivate them either. Which brings me on to, what do your team believe about what they can achieve? Do they believe that they can achieve their own proportion of this sales target? Because if they have a belief that they don't think that they can actually personally achieve their portion of that target, then this is another great coaching opportunity for you. Because until people have that belief that they can achieve they're really not going to achieve on a consistent basis. And so it is worth investing some time with these people to help them shift the belief that they have about what they can and can't achieve. Of course, then it's thinking about, well, have your team got the skills that they need in order to deliver this target? You may well have a complete breadth of skills and level of skills in your team, and it's being really sure about who's got the skills, to what level have they got those skills, and then who perhaps needs some additional support. There's also that possibility that somebody has not actually been trained in some skill or knowledge that they're going to need to help them deliver this target. If that's the case, then you might want to provide some additional training, and then you can spend some time with them, coaching them to develop the skill or that particular area of knowledge and expertise that they need as an individual to get them back on target. And of course, then when you've thought about what do they believe they've got all the skills that they need, are your team targeting the right kind of clients? Where are your team actually investing the time that they have on a daily basis? And are they investing that time with the right kind of clients? Because sometimes you might find that your team are seeing the same people over and over again and not really getting a return for that investment of their time. So it's worth just reviewing who your team is seeing. And of course, remember, there's the 80-20 rule, where 80% of your business will come from 20% of your clients. So it's about making sure that you're investing time in those key 20% of clients. And of course, finally, it's thinking about, well, once you have identified the right kind of clients, what are the relationships that your team have got with their clients? I've often had experiences myself, I don't know if you have, when you were actually sort of selling, that sometimes you as a salesperson, can think that you've got a stronger relationship with a client than maybe the client believes they have with you. So it's worth thinking about, well, what level of relationship have I got? And if I was to have a stronger and more loyal relationship with a client that was delivering even more business, what might I want to do differently? And it's worth having that conversation with your representatives. Okay, so we've covered what's working really well and just giving you some thoughts maybe on what's not working and what you can start to think about doing about that and moving things forward with your team. And we just wanted to let you know as well that there is still time if you would like a free prize to help you and your team. And this free prize is a copy of our Sales Coaching Home Study course, which we're going to be launching very shortly. Now, I know some people, have been writing on the blog and sharing their thoughts and ideas with us, and that's fantastic. And some people are a little bit more shy. So, if you want to let us know 3 main areas that having a copy of our Sales Coaching Home Study course would help you with, make sure that you join our list through the blog and just share those thoughts with us. Thanks for listening, and happy selling.